What's up? Soil brothers and soil sisters.
Soil family.
Good morning, guys. It is Sunday morning.
It is Sunday morning. I don't know if y'all can hear that rooster in the back, but he is roostering this morning. I hope y'all had an amazing week and weekend, because Bobby just said, we ain't been live all week. We.
Now we're speaking French.
Yes, we are. I mean, I'm just saying. You've been home with me and we didn't go live. But it's been a busy week. We hope y'all are all receiving your products, orders in a timely manner, and everything is all good. I know shipping can be rough sometimes, but we know that. Come on. Let us know. Okay.
So we finally got some rain, guys. Like,
those are frogs.
Yeah. It's been a while since we got some real rain, and we needed it.
We ain't the only ones that's happy, as you can hear.
Yeah.
The frogs are happy.
Our plants gonna do some amazing things now, because they always do right after a nice rain.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing grows a plant like rainwater grows a plant.
When I heard it rain this morning, I was like, ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Rain. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if it's been raining in Savannah and just missing outside of town, or what the deal was, but we haven't been getting any. So
yeah,
it's gonna do some things. And it's spring. Everything is growing, and of course you want to get the perfect conditions, and some spring rain is part of that.
What is it? Spring rain. So it was raining yesterday when we were in town, and we were like, watch it don't be raining at the house. We got home and it was dry as a bone. I was like, not even a drop of rain. But last night we did get rain. I don't think these tomato plants really need rain, but
I think everything could use rain.
They could use some, but these things can calm down a little bit. These tomato plants are probably 8 feet tall now?
They are pretty big. We started them from seed. They got tomatoes on them. And they were on the porch. I took them off the porch because it was all on the ceiling.
I can't show them to y'all. I had to show them to y'all later.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, if you are catching a replay, #replay, and let us know, what is your weather like? It is a beautiful morning here in sunny Savannah. No complaints at all, other than...
Why are you complaining about the frog? That's a beautiful sound.
That frog. It's like frogging this morning.
Yeah. I love my frog sounds.
That's how it sounds some morning.
Yeah.
Bobby said, especially early, like this morning when I was yelling, babe! I know he was like, Lord, lady, let the alarm go off. No, I need help. Sorry. So, #replay and let us know. All those things I broke. What your weather is like this morning. Yeah, I be screaming all through the house. So this morning,
only when she in distress, not when she trying to talk to me. She talk to me like I'm in the same room.
What it is let me tell y'all what it is. Bobby wear his trucker headset all the time, and he can't hear nothing. I don't care how loud you talk, because he always say I talk really, really quiet, and he can't hear me. However, yesterday when we were in Lowe's, 3 employees were trying to talk to him, and they were saying, Bobby, mister, hello, sir. And he was just like focused on what he was doing.
Focused on what I was doing.
He could not hear nothing at all.
I could hear. I just wasn't paying attention. I know they were talking, but why would they be talking to me?
Because they employees. And their job is to talk to you.
Well, that ain't what my mind was saying. My mind said, I came to purchase something, and I need to make sure I'm purchasing the right thing. Let me read up on it. Let me see what's going on, and let them do what they do.
Anywho, Bobby was ignoring them people. It's beautiful in Mississippi. Great. It is beautiful here in Savannah. If you've never been to Savannah, this should be on your bucket list.
Linda says, good morning. It's a great day. It's supposed to rain in sunny Florida this morning. Sometime somewhere.
Hey, Florida, you can get all the weather conditions. I mean, I can remember we'll be in Florida in a couple of weeks, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I remember one time we went to visit Snails, and it was nice and sunny all the way 2 snails. We get the snails garden.
Watch the smoke coming.
Get out the car. Give it here. We get out the car. Look, I'm prepared for the mosquitoes. They got to find them somebody else to play with. Soon as we get out the car, like I don't even know if it got cloudy. But anyhow, the clouds rolled in from somewhere and it instantly like went crazy. I thought we was in a tornado. I was like, Lord Jesus.
You know, one thing about
I should have
what that
called
was.
my mom.
What we were at when we went fishing? Pensacola? That's not.
No, we went fishing in St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg.
Right.
And
Yeah, St. Pete.
it's crazy because the sky is so big there. Like, I mean, it seemed like you could see the whole world, like the sky, like, and you could tell where's a storm at, and you could see it coming. And it'll be in that one area over there. It'll come and it'll go, and you can see which direction it's going.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it's another, I don't know, another world out there where you can just see everything.
Thank you, Matika. Thank you so much for the stars. And it flooded a lot because it was like, I don't know where we were going, to the pier. It was scary. It was a scary ride to the pier. So Florida be tripping, but we love it. We'll be there in 3 weeks.
We love to visit it.
We love to visit Florida. It's a deal.
I don't know if Florida can be someplace I can actually live. It's too hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. It's hot here.
It is.
And sometimes it's too uncomfortable to do anything here. So, you know, I definitely can't deal with Florida.
Yeah.
Not in the summertime anyway.
That plant back there, chicken on biscuits, it is very happy. That is a type of elephant. It's like an upright, I guess. But the leaves are giant on that thing. It's actually 2 plants back there. But the newest plant, which is the one you see with the big leaves, done took over. It's like, this is my space. You need to find you somewhere else to go. Yeah. I saw that thing in Florida in one of the big box stores. I don't know which one it was. And I wanted that plant so bad. And Bobby was like, it ain't gonna fit. It ain't gonna fit. We already got too many. You see it? It's nice and happy. Yeah. Right here in Savannah, Georgia. We
got all kind of allocations or elephant ears or whatever you want to call them. We got a bunch of different kind. It adds to the tropical look of the property. She wanted that one, and I was like, yeah, what for? What we gonna do with that one? We got too many already.
And look at it. Look at it back there. Beautiful.
It is nice. And it's good because it don't really like direct sun. That one don't. Yeah. So that's a good spot for it.
Your niece said she love you. We love you too, Fariana. Or
Fariana.
Or London. Her name is London. It's like, who is Fariana? That's my niece. So yeah, y'all
she actually watching one of our lives.
Yeah, she'll pop in every now and then. I'm sure she just got off work. But yeah, nice and happy back there. So we will be in Florida in a couple weeks. So if you are in the West Palm Beach-ish area, we will put out a blast letting y'all know where you can meet us at. We will do a meet and greet for a couple hours for those that want to see us, because we'll be in your area for a few days. And then don't ask me what all we going to be doing, because we liable to end up in Homestead, Florida one day, Miami for a couple hours. But we definitely will be in West Palm, because that's as far as my mind is saying. Go to West Palm, have a vacation. So we'll check out Excalibur, Jack and the Beanstalk, Caribbean Fruit Stand, Naga God. We going to be everywhere. So definitely look out for an email blast announcing where we will be for a meet and greet and what time we'll be there.
Yeah, so if you're in the Florida area and around the times that we are going to be at a certain location.
Come to Texas? Melissa said come to Texas, Bobby. Everything is bigger in Texas.
We should have went to Texas a little while ago, but we could not. We had our friend get married down there and we wanted to go.
But we were in, no, we were not in, I don't know where we were at, but Texas, stay tuned. You never know where we'll end up at.
Never been to Texas.
Really?
No.
Oh, Texas is huge.
Yeah.
And everything else there is big. They got these cinnamon rolls. They are like ridiculously big. 72-ounce steaks. over like 120 something ounce steaks. Like, where did they get that from? What cow did that come off?
What's the purpose with it?
I don't know.
That's the V.
Everything is big in Texas. I'm just saying, like our tomatoes over there. So look out for it. Yeah, we have those elephant ears are in a pot. I don't know what size the pot is, but it's not our biggest pot, but they are in a nice sized pot.
Yeah, and it's happy. So I won't do anything as far as changing the pot until it looks like it's distressed or need to come out. So long as it's good, I'm gonna leave it in that size pot. I tend to up pot stuff probably a little too soon, but when it gets a decent size, I just go ahead and do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it don't. But it just depends on the variety of the plant that you're actually growing. But I mean, everything is looking happy out here. You know, just looking around, everything looks good. I might have over fertilized a couple of them over there, but
what's new? So last weekend we were on an adventure. We love adventures in homesteading. I mean, I don't know. As a matter of fact, while y'all are at it, double tap the screen for YouTube to give us some type of reaction, and Facebook, hit that thumbs up or give us a heart. You just gotta hold the thumbs up and some stuff will pop up. We appreciate that. But last weekend we were on an adventure in Tennessee. Let me tell y'all, we did go live Sunday on the way home. That was an adventure. We did. Every time we get with Ann, this is the second time we hung out with Ann all weekend. Mm-hmm. We do a bunch of stuff that we never did and never thought we would do. I ain't think I was going to be a grown woman trotting through the woods again. I know I did it as a little kid, but I definitely was not on my agenda.
I like the woods.
I know, I don't. But we did good. Even though Bobby did come home with a few ticks, we got that taken care of. I don't know what a chigger is still, but I did hear the chickens are out there too. We did not run across any weird things other than turtles, but they, you know, I can run faster than a turtle. So I wasn't worried about that. So the woods was a great experience. We didn't find any morels, but we found plenty pawpaw and plenty comfrey. Bobby wanted pawpaw, and of all trades wanted comfrey. What else did we do? We drank goat milk.
Yep.
And brought some home.
Yeah, we did.
We milked the goat, a couple of them. Well, Bobby tried to milk one, but she won't have it. She was like Nala. So when we take Nala to the doctor, Nala don't like the doctor to touch her boobies. That's how that goat was. It was like, hold up, man, don't be doing that. She wanted her $40, and Bobby won't give it up, so she was like, no, thank you. But milking a goat was interesting. The llamas, they not llamas. Alpacas totally scared me. I was terrified of the cows. Bobby stepped in a little cow poop for the first time ever.
I doubt that.
You think you stepped in poop before?
Yeah, I'm sure.
It was like a big mud puddle.
Yeah.
So you should always remember that.
No big deal.
We ate rice for dessert. we got a video coming out. And of all trades experience was amazing.
It was. I tend, every time we go and visit other farms, homesteads, it's always an amazing experience. You get to do stuff being city kids, you know, that you don't get to do on a regular basis. I know people who live in those areas, that's just an everyday occurrence or something normal or something they just try to avoid. It's just something that you don't come across too often if you live more in the urban environment. Mm-hmm. And us growing up the way we did and getting into the field that we are, we always amazed, you know, because all these experiences are new. They're exciting. And they are experiences that we feel like everybody who grew up in that same kind of setting will enjoy, you know. So it's kind of bringing things back to where they used to be. Mm-hmm. And it kind of give you a mind of what people had to go through or went through back in the day. Now, the difference is, them people did that to survive. You know, we doing it because we choose to live that kind of way. And I'm sure that's a major difference, being able to eat versus eating what we want to eat.
Yeah.
So those are always some amazing experiences, and they always give you a good outlook. Like we said, you should always want to be learning, and if you're not trying to learn, you might as well go ahead and lay down. You know what I mean? Because there's always something new. You know, we always think about how people act and think and react about stuff. Where we from, and we think that's the world, and it's not. You run into a situation, you run into a behavior, and you think, okay, this is how people are, and it's not. It's probably the way people are where you at. But you can go another part of the country and get a whole nother mindset. Yeah. I'm sure you can go out of the country and people think and do things on a totally different scale, which should revert you back to maybe what I was thinking, maybe what I thought is not real.
So I got a question.
What?
Do you want to go out of the country and get an experience?
I definitely want to go. You know,
How far you want to go?
I'm willing to travel places that's not dangerous. You know, that's not going to be dangerous. I don't even want to go places here that's dangerous.
Me neither. I'm just saying, like.
You know, I got to this ripe old age, and
out of the country.
I had my wild times, and if I was gonna go, I should have went there. I don't want to go now because I'm not taking those chances. But you know, if God, you know, hey, if it's my time, it's my time. But I'm not gonna purposely put myself in position.
Yeah.
So I implore everybody to try to, you know, get around.
They were not frozen.
And get to know people. I mean, because it is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I guarantee you, if you somebody who can actually learn, you will change your whole way of thinking. And, you know, that's what we do. And we bring y'all along as much as we can. Try to give y'all the experiences so y'all can know. The cooking from scratch stuff, the growing food, the raising our own animals. Yeah. These are all amazing experiences.
Yeah, it's all an experience. That's what we have a video coming out of our weekend with Ann of All Trades soon. Mm-hmm. And that's what that entire weekend was. I mean, from the moment you pull up at her property, the experience starts. Soon as you turn off the road, it's like, whoa. Mm-hmm. But our first thing, she was, you know, of course, it was kind of late. It wasn't late in the evening, but it was getting late. And Ann is 8 months pregnant. And she was like, let's go have dinner at the hardware store. No, ain't nobody never put that in the same sentence for us.
Well, the thing is, it sounds like, okay, it's a place where you play music. That's just a name for that place.
A restaurant.
A creative name for a place where you can go and listen to music, a bar.
And eat.
A hardware store. The hardware store. That sounds like a good bar.
Yeah.
That, you know, got some live music going on. So, yeah, that's what we thought.
Yeah, we were like, okay. I mean, that's a pretty decent, let's go eat dinner at the hardware store. And they were trying to figure out what bands are there tonight. And we were like, oh, yeah, that's going to be fun. And I was thinking square dancing just because we was in Tennessee.
I was thinking, you know, because it's hardware store, it's like hard rock kind of, you know, kind
and I
of thing.
didn't think that.
Yeah, so
but
that
when
was
But when we pulled up, she was like, oh, yeah, it's in this little shopping center. And we pull up, get out the car. Well, after we found parking, because parking was not easy, because the parking lot was full. We get out the car and we walk into a real hardware store. That was like a huge treat. That was an experience, like for real. It was a hardware store. They sold elbows, PVC pipes, belts, nut screws, bolts, tinctures, wire, feed, seeds. But they had a whole live band in there. Mm-hmm. You could order food. You could order coffee. That was an experience. That we didn't even know was coming. Didn't even know exists. Like, they have live bands in the hardware store. We need to see that. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. I recently went to Ghana. It was amazing learning about how the locals farm, and there were goats everywhere, just roaming the streets, right? I think that's amazing. So
And
that was
I'm a
great
real
experience.
inquisitive person. So when it comes to experiences and learning things, I'm gonna get into depth, and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna ask the questions. I'm gonna talk to the people, and I want to see the way they think. If you don't know, I can pick up on people and they personalities and the way they do things really easy. All I have to do is have the conversation, and I'm real open because the way you think or do things don't necessarily have to be my way of doing things, and I know that it's okay. I know how to revert back to, okay, this person saying this, doing this, and this is how they are. This is who they are. This is how they are. This is what they believe. How they don't mean nothing bad. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just who they are, and I don't judge in that way. Only thing that's universal is doing bad things to people. Now that's universal. I can tell that, and I stay away from them people. If you are the person that's gonna kind of do bad things to hurt other people, I pick up on that also. And you ain't got to say you do it. I could just tell. And those are the kind of people I don't deal with. But anything else, your way of doing things, your way of seeing things, your beliefs, all that stuff is yours. And I'm okay with all that. And I love to learn. I love to see that kind of stuff.
So Melissa said, if you come to Texas, especially, okay, that's fading away. But she said it's a restaurant and a cattle auction place. At first, when you go in, it smells like cow poop. I love the smell, laugh out loud. But when you go in a restaurant, it don't smell that way, and the food is good. So we'll keep that in mind. Like, I love experiences like that.
Yeah, it is.
It's different.
Yeah, it is.
And what are the chances? Most of the time, you'll say, I'm not eating in no cattle auction, or I ain't eating at no hardware store. What are the chances of you getting that experience? Unless you live there. By the way, we were in Nashville, somewhere in Nashville, Tennessee. I saw what somebody asked, where were we?
Yeah. So the thing is, guys, when you go to a place like that, the chances of you eating something that is doused with a whole bunch of chemicals, preservatives, and all that stuff is not real high. You getting whole natural foods. Now, everything that we believe things supposed to be is things that has been, pushed on us or projected to us. Like what bread's supposed to look like. It's supposed to be this big, thick, high, fluffy loaf of bread, which in ancient grains don't look like that when they grow.
And I feel bad when it don't.
Yeah. So when you feel bad because you came up with that thought.
Yeah.
But that's not the way things have naturally been, because they changed our wheats and they had to make it more palatable for us, so they had to make things look a certain way. So they pushed that on us, and therefore now that's our new way of looking at that bread. And if you see anything different, it's gonna probably make you like, hold up,
that ain't right.
That ain't right.
Yeah. So we gotta keep
what
open
you've been
mind.
seeing is not right.
Yeah, we gotta keep open mind. And this is how we start to heal ourselves. And most of you see that our title today is Castor Oil. So it's going back to the way things originally were, as much as we can. Can we go back totally? I mean, as much as we can, as much as we are willing to. But because, like my husband said, we have been conditioned to believe this is right and this is wrong, that can hinder us going back to the old ways.
That means pharmaceuticals are right. Popping a whole bunch of pills, taking a bunch of chemicals and rubbing it on you that, are not naturally made.
This is the only way.
This is the
right
only way to do it.
Well, we know that convenience is a thing, and we are creatures of habit and convenience.
And that's the way the world has bought us, because they want us to believe that. So therefore, that's the way we think.
Yep. And it's hard to get out of that mindset. So, and then we find ways, like I saw somebody posting the other day, all these different products and was saying, oh, it's only one ingredient in this, or this is good because it's only one ingredient in that, and she got a pretty large channel. And I wanted to say, I don't care what the label say. The label may say that this is only dried mango wrapped up in a pack, but we know that that's impossible, because if we can dry out mango and wrap it in a piece of plastic and they still go bad in a couple weeks or so, or a couple days or whenever, why can that still be good? So when you see these labels that say one thing, you just got to be smart about it. How are they preserving that to not go bad?
They really can't. And that's one of the benefits to actually cooking from scratch and doing all the stuff that, we tend to do, is that you see how things actually naturally happens.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you dry something out or freeze dry, it takes all the water out of it. But there's water in the air.
That's right.
So if it's open to where, if it's not vacuum sealed or locked in something, it's going to pull moisture from the air into that product. So it's only going to stay dry like that for a short amount of time, and then it's going to pull all the air into it, and the moisture from the air is going to make it go rancid.
Mm-hmm.
So how are they putting this in the store in a pack like that? I do not know, because them things don't look like they vacuum sealed or protected from the elements that good. Now, you can have stuff out for, I don't know, maybe a day or two without it starting to get soft again, or starting to gain water from the air and the atmosphere again. But they ship this stuff from across the country, put it in a warehouse, put it in the truck, put it in another warehouse, and then they put it in a store for God knows how long. And for you to say that there's nothing in it, it's probably not true.
They just don't have to put it on the...
They don't have to put it on the label.
Mm-hmm.
If they take this fruit, do whatever they're going to do to it, and then run it through a little waterfall of chemicals, that probably does everything. And whatever those chemicals are, is what's stopping it from gathering all the water again.
And the government doesn't push the pen on whatever this is you are putting on this product to keep it from going rancid, molding, whatever. You don't have to put that on that. They don't have to know that. It's not important.
Yeah. The amazing thing is, guys, when you actually start doing natural things, like I'm always told, I'm like amazed all the time, because it's like people are going through all these ailments, having all these issues. And generally what started all this is something simple.
Yeah.
And something that you can fix easily, but you got to go to this doctor, he got to send you to this specialist, and then they got to give you these pills, and then you got to try them and see if your body accept them. Then you got to make sure the side effects ain't something that's too bad, and if they don't work, you got to go back again. Then they got to send you to a different specialist. Mm-hmm. If you have the knowledge, you can address those things on your own. Now, with that being said, is there a need for some medication? Yeah, at sometimes they are, but no reason why you should be living on these medications. And if you did, it's because you done let your body get so bad that your body is not functioning correctly anymore, and it's irreversible. But most things can be fixed.
Our food should be our medicine, but
our foods are our problem.
Our foods are our problem in the United States, big time. Mm-hmm. Other countries, they don't feed their residents, their people,
these
crap.
Problems.
And this is why healthcare here is big business, because they feed us crap. So we have to take control. We have to take control. Grow our own food, support a local farmer, all these good things. Learn what God has provided us to live and to be healthy.
And you may see us out and about, we will go to a restaurant, we will eat. But no, that is a very small part of our diet. Yeah. We when we home, we try to eat the best we possibly can, which leaves room for us to go out and do things every so often, but know that if your body is living in those conditions where constant preservatives and issues and poisons are being pushed into it, your body cannot fight all that stuff, especially at a decent age. Yeah. Your body just can't do it. It's just too much. Yeah. Think about all the stuff you're putting into your body, from your soaps and lotions and shampoos to toothpaste to all that stuff, and then all the junk that they're putting into your foods. Now, a lot of people ain't even cooking today. So you eating all this processed foods that's coming from these restaurants that have been dousing their meats and breads and fries and all this stuff into all this junk for a very, very, very long time. And they got a whole lot of it, guys, because they got to send truckloads and cases of this stuff to these stores. And this stuff got to stay good the whole time until they can sell and cook it. And this stuff is horrible. Yeah. It's horrible, and your body do not agree with it.
They don't leave you with many options. And then the options they leave you with is a lot of people can't afford. Like, it costs so much to think we are eating healthy. Even when it comes to organic, what is organic? And in their eyes, we know what we think organic is, or what we say organic is or should be, but is that what the government deem organic? Exactly. Like, no pesticides, no chemicals at all. They can't afford to miss or mess up crops because they went 100% organic. So we don't know what their true definition of organic is.
Exactly. We hear a word and we make our own definition for what that word is, and nobody looks into what that actually means when it comes to
Amanda.
The way our food system works. Yeah. Is organic, what? Is no chemicals been put on it for the last couple of weeks, or is it means that no chemicals ever been used on it?
Exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah, and it's the first one.
Yeah.
Gene what I mean?
Said organic could mean they just used a different chemical we don't know about. Mm-hmm. That's all. Yeah, they don't have to label it. They don't have to put certain things. And I always go back to honey, because that is something you can think about when you go in the store. Look at the back of a bottle of honey, and it'll say raw organic honey with a big orange label. And you look at the back, and it just say honey, organic or raw honey. But they don't tell you that is 10% honey, raw honey, and 90% high fructose syrup. They ain't got to put that on there.
They ain't got to put it on there. All you have to do is look at them bottles, guys. When they all the same color, that means it ain't right.
Yeah, and they gonna taste the same. I mean, if we bought honey 10 years ago, we finally ran out of this jug and we go buy the same brand, it tastes exactly the same. Yep. We have never harvested honey from our hives in the last 3 years, and it ever tastes the same. Never.
And these guys, they getting hundreds and thousands of barrels of this stuff, and they putting it out there, and it all tastes the same. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, if you're not familiar, bees forage for whatever is available, and they all bring it back to their hive. And depending on the hive, the bees may be in this tree or that tree, on this flower or that flower. So therefore, the taste will always change.
Always.
The color of the honey will change. Some of it'll be lighter, but depending on time of year, some of it's going to be darker. If you go into a store and you look at a shelf full of honey with a certain brand and all of them look exactly the same, it's not real. Yeah. If you go into one of these little hardware stores where they're selling the local honey of a beekeeper that's not around, you will see
the difference.
Cloudy. It'll be a thicker, it'll be cloudy looking, that's the real honey.
Yeah, the colors are not always the same. Like, you might get a couple bottles that have the same color, but some of them, yeah. So when you buy honey from the store, it ain't the right one. You should always find a local beekeeper, and that's where you should get your honey. Yep.
Sometimes these little mom and pop stores, they sell local beekeepers honey because they're supporting the local beekeepers.
Yeah.
And if you want real honey,
that's what you want.
That's what you're gonna get. Now, if you're accustomed to what you get out of them stores, that's what you're accustomed to. But understand, that is not all honey. That is just a percentage of honey that the government said you allowed to call 100% organic honey, and it's not.
We have to learn to support small businesses. Small businesses are the way to go today. We went in a small business the other day, and Bobby was like, I think it's that small little nursery. And I was like, I saw something I wanted online, so let's go and check it out. Man, that little place blew our mind. I was in there eating pork skins and grinning. Bobby was like, I want everything in here. But just to go in a small business and see that you can get a whole meal out of it. You get everything you need out of here. Some good old time remedies, plants, vegetables, fruit, and local produce. Jellies, jams, honeys, local galore. You have to find you a small business that you can support to get things like your honey, your jellies, your jams, and all these different things. Yep. I mean, just the people there, the knowledge. The owner, she said, that picture up there is me and my parents. I've been here all my life. It was a little girl. All my life. Love her. So these are the people we need.
Oh, Shamir said she found a place in Tennessee.
Good.
That was speaking of the hardware.
Oh yeah.
Hardware.
Yeah, go check that place out. They serve, and again, another small business. The food there is local meat. Everything is fresh off the farm, local.
It is a hardware store. It's a feed and see. Yeah. Like you literally can look on the walls around and see stuff hanging for sale, you know. You might find a belt for your lawnmower or something, hanging on the wall.
I know I was, like in the video, you'll see that I was focused on the band because the band was getting it. But I did catch a few times, I was like, oh, look around and see what's around us. And I'm telling y'all, it was PVC pipes and pieces. And if you had to fix something, that's where you went.
So we definitely we're gonna start going to the place we went to the other day. It's a small local business that they try to sell the stuff that locals bring, you know, and of course I'm sure some of it is not, but you can tell. I mean, everything is fresh, is bought in from local farmers, and it's a place where they can sell some of their produce, the work, and get money for the work that they put in. So one thing about a homestead, like us, you know, we have a modern day homestead, so we don't actually have to sell our produce or our products, our fruit, vegetables, and none of that. We don't have to sell that, but we got other things we can sell. And the way you actually support your homestead is by selling some of the stuff that you grow. You grow food for yourself, and then you take your excess and you sell it at the market, so you could then pay the rest of your bills, buy clothes and stuff like that you can't make yourself. Or, you know, some people do make it and they just buy fabric and they make their stuff, but you got to have some money. So it's important to support a small business to help support them and their family, and the fact that they providing us with some of the best raw milk, goat milk. I went and found Bootleg, because Bootleg is who have the goat milk. They got a gazillion goats too, right down the street. But just to find these things, and they had a kitchen where they were making and baking their own bread and desserts, cakes and pies and cookies, and it's just. I'm all for that, guys. I'm really all for that, and if it costs a little bit more,
it's all right.
It's fine, because I know the foods that I'm getting are way better for my body. And just to see people in there, and it's not a huge place, in there shopping, you know, doing I'm like, how did I not know about this? But we know now.
Yeah, because Bobby said yesterday.
We're going to definitely go there.
Bobby said, we were just there the day before yesterday. Yesterday, he was like, I need to go back and get, I don't know what he wanted, something. He said, we need to go back and get something or something. And I was like, yeah. So Wednesday, we'll be back.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with that. And if you can find a little spot like that, guys, where they are selling local farmers stuff, do it. You know, and granted, guys, if this become a thing where people are going to these places and they buying this stuff, big money gonna come. They're gonna come and they're gonna try to take over, and they do that a lot. That's why Whole Foods and all them other places are selling out, because big money that stepped in and say, let me give you all this and let me take over.
Yeah.
Now they're using a name that you trust to sell the same crap that all the other stores are selling. So, that's just kind of how that works.
Yeah. We got to support them and keep them alive.
Yeah. And whenever they sell out, we need to find somebody different.
Yeah. Yeah. Or see how you can help. Sometimes we do things or we know things and are able to help keep these stores stocked. It felt good to see a friend's product in this store yesterday. I mean, just the little things. So definitely get out here and don't pass these little mom and pop or these small businesses up to go to a big box. Stop by just to see. Don't assume that it's nothing, because you never know what you'll find in there, and you will find some of the best products in these small businesses. So with that, and I heard, and our mayor, the analytic gardener, I did get a video from you, which I think is amazing. We were in a big box store yesterday watching it. It was so loud, but I was like, I don't care. We're going to watch this video. But I did send it to the mayor, and our mayor also challenged people or encouraged people to shop at small businesses while he was live on Friday. Mm-hmm. He gave us homework. He said, shop 5 small business this week. He said, next Friday when I go live, I want y'all to report back to me. Which 5 businesses did you support this week? Mm-hmm. I think that is great.
Yeah.
But he also talked about our topic, castor oil. Yep. I know now we blew the mayor's mind with our pineapple hibiscus soda. We let him try soda, so he wants soda, and we are working on that. But we also are working on something for the city of Savannah or surrounding. We'll host some type of workshop in the city, introducing ourselves and what we do, so people can understand us a little bit better and maybe be able to try a few things. But he said, I was listening to Bobby and Sherry, because we are Bobby and Sherry on Facebook. And he said, I was listening to Bobby and Sherry. I went and got me some castor oil and poured it in my navel. And I woke up the next morning, castor oil was all in the bed. He said, so I'm trying to figure out, why am I doing this? And how do you keep it in your navel? How you keep castor oil in your navel? Well, first of all, what kind of castor oil are you using?
We're using cold press, hexene-free castor oil, which typically is thick, which don't allow it to run. So you put enough in your navel for your navel to hold, and it will sit there until your body absorbs it. So castor oil is one of the amazing things that we have found, and we try to talk about it as often as possible because of all the amazing things it do. Like dropping in your navel, go to sleep and wake up and feel totally different. Yes. So what's your experience with castor oil?
So when I first started with castor oil, I guess it was a little bit over a year ago or so, I suffered a major back injury in 2013. And after surgery, I broke my back in 2013. I went through surgery, injections, therapy. I have a TENS unit. I had pain patches, all the pain medicine, everything. And I just thought, this is going to be life. I suffered this major injury, and I'll live with it, and it's going to be okay. Walking around complaining ain't going to get it, so I just pushed through. Well, I went and did a deep dive. Once you learn, I'm not going to say my mom didn't teach me to trust God, because she did, but as growing up in a modern world, you look for the quick fix in things, or what most people are doing. They take pain pills, they take, surgery or whatever, which is said to be the easy route. Well, I decided, let me go back to what God say and see what we do with this. And I found out about the goodness of castor oil. And I said, I don't know how that dropping castor oil in my navel can help relieve some of my pain, but it can't hurt nothing. Castor oil is a all natural oil that God provided for us. It comes from a plant. We actually grow the plant, and it can heal the body from so many things. So I said, well, it won't hurt. I won't drop it in my navel because I want to see if it's going to help reduce some of my discomfort or pain. And I'm going to get my husband to drop it in his navel to see if it help him rest better. So when he go to work in the morning, he doesn't be tired, even if he just sitting on the porch, caught up in traffic. And one night I said, well, babe, we're going to put this castor oil in our navel. You just drop a little bit in your navel. We can rub it around a little bit and go to bed and see how we feel. And he was like, oh, well, I sleep good. And, I don't need that. I'm good. But he said, well, let me try it and see. So we put the castor oil in our navel. I went to bed, aching, hurting again. I don't complain because it can be a lot worse. Went to sleep, woke up the next morning, and I sat up. When I sit up on side the bed, I usually sit there a long time to get myself together, and then I go to the bathroom. I sat up, and I didn't feel anything, so I got up and walked off, and I was like, wait a minute. My back didn't hurt. So I went on to the bathroom, did what I had to do. Me and Thor went for a walk, and I was trying to figure out, is this real? My back doesn't hurt. So I went on, came back, and I sat in the living room all day that day trying to figure out, where's the pain? This was one night of castor oil. But where's the pain? Is this in my mind? Is this true? Can it be real? I cooked breakfast. I asked Bobby. I said, you going back to sleep? And what did you tell me?
I said, no, I'm good.
Bobby usually would eat breakfast and go back to sleep. But that morning, he said no. He was standing up on side of the bed, making up the bed or something. And I was like, I don't know. So we did it for a few nights, and then we decided, let's skip a night and see what happened. Well, Mister was up, I don't know, playing on his phone, watching TV. Every time I woke up, he was awake, doing something. He would lay there, but he was awake. Me, I woke up and my back was stiff and sore, and I was like, oh, I don't know. I mean, this happened so fast. I was saying, is this possible? I don't want to question God, but so I went for a walk another day, and I cried because I went live that morning and I was talking about how good I felt, and I couldn't believe that I was pain-free. And even if it was just for these few days of being pain-free, which I thought I would have this discomfort for the rest of my life, I said, I am grateful to God for the relief. Even if it's just right now, I'm grateful for the relief. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go over some of the benefits of castor oil, and we can talk about how we use it. I saw somebody ask, what kind of castor oil do we use?
So it's the Heritage, right?
We use the Heritage brand. I'm going to give you the link. We use the Heritage brand castor oil. Not saying others are not any good, but that's the one that has been great for us. Heritage brand. Now, we did use this castor oil to make up all natural pain away oil. And now we still drop castor oil in our navel at night. But because I suffered this major injury, I still rub castor oil on the bottom of my foot for sciatic and neuropathy issues. I rub it on my hip and my back maybe 2 or 3 times a month just to keep the pain away. I have been pain-free for about a year now.
So I'm going to say castor oil sparked our interest in natural pain relief. So we did our due diligence, and we did our chemistry thing when it came to natural herbs and products, and we were able to intensify the effects of castor oil to make it work a lot faster and a lot better
by adding more
stuff to it. So we did that. We tried it the first time and it worked really good, but we continued to experiment with it until we found a good mixture that was going to actually make everything work pop it and make it work really, really good. So
Yeah.
my experience wasn't exactly like my wife some was, and it wasn't that I wasn't sleeping.
Yeah.
My wife, she'll fall asleep. She'll get into bed and she'll fall asleep immediately, and then she'll wake up a little bit every 30 minutes to an hour,
And he like,
and then she see me on my phone. She think I'm up all night, but I sleep. I ain't never had a problem sleeping in my life. Uh, One time when I was going through something real traumatic, it was hard for me to stay asleep, but I sleep. I will get 8 hours, if not more, of sleep, but I was not getting good sleep, and I didn't know that. I thought that my sleep was fine. You know, the way I was feeling was natural because I was sleeping. But until I actually put that castor oil in my navel and I woke up and felt refreshed, I didn't realize I had a problem with my sleeping back then. Because everything, if I close my eyes and I wake up next day, okay, I'm a little groggy. Maybe it take me a little bit of time to get up.
mm-hmm.
That's my thinking until I actually went to sleep and woke up and didn't feel a need to take a nap or I wasn't groggy at all.
Yeah.
And those are the effects that castor oil had for me,
You don't even
which
take
was
naps
also
in
was
the day.
amazing.
Like you used to take naps in the middle of the day,
Mm-hmm.
and now he just work all day, no
And
naps.
I contribute that to because I go to the gym so much, my body is constantly consuming all the calories in my body. So therefore, I will wake up because I'm hungry,
Mm-hmm.
and all I have to do is put something in my stomach, and it'll make me relax and be able to go to sleep again because my body is constantly trying to consume calories, and sometimes I don't eat enough to carry me through.
Yeah.
So that was my thinking on that. That's why I needed to eat. Then I go back to sleep easily.
Yeah, because he would eat like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and pass out.
Mm-hmm.
But
But now we know it was because of my sleep. And guys, it happens so slowly over life. You think that's just life. It's regular. I'm supposed to be this way. I'm supposed to take these naps because I'm getting old. I'm supposed to be a little groggy or slowly getting up. That's just the way life is. And when things happen like that, you think it's normal. Like a lot of us think that we're not supposed to be able to lose weight
Bobby will drop it.
or gain muscle or any of that stuff. You think that's the way it's supposed to be because, hey, I'm getting older.
Yeah.
But we don't realize it's the stuff that we're consuming and the way we living that's actually causing us to be able to feel this way, not the fact that we're getting older.
Yeah. So if I see a question about fibroids. Drop castor oil. I think that's what Facebook asking for.
What you drop in the store?
I ain't sent you the link.
You might have. I don't think
I did. If you suffer with things like fibroids, tumors, bone spurs, lumps, bumps, cancer, things that you want to dissolve, castor oil is the deepest penetrating oil. I am not a doctor, and I cannot give medical advice, but we just gonna have a conversation about the research we've done. Barbara O'Neill is an excellent source when it comes to things. I mean, anything, but definitely castor oil. But you can use castor oil to dissolve things such as fibroids. What I would suggest is I would drop it in my navel for sure. Jamaican black. Okay, hold on a second. I would drop castor oil in my navel at bedtime for sure. But I will also put castor oil in a panty liner and wet it, just like a regular pad, and your body will absorb that castor oil will absorb in your body and help dissolve that. Now you have to do 3 things when it comes to healing yourself. Now the body has the ability to heal itself always. Only thing we can't come back from is death. We have to trust God first and foremost because that He is the creator. That is our doctor. We have to trust God. We have to be consistent. We are not consistent, but we have to remind ourselves, hey, I have to do this. This is my life. We are always taking synthetics, and we'll do that every day for the rest of our life. But then when it comes to these herbs that God gave us, we forget. We just like, oh, I'll get to it. We got to treat those same respect we give those synthetics. We need to give it to God and give it to these herbs. Be consistent and be patient. We didn't get this way overnight. You know, it took time to get here. We may not have felt it. We may not have seen it. All of a sudden, it hit us like a ton of bricks. We got to be patient when we healing ourselves, being consistent and trusting God, and you're going to be all right.
Yeah, y'all got to remember, guys, taking these herbs, you know, don't have the side effects that the synthetics do.
Mm-hmm.
So you can take the synthetics every day, and then you create another problems while taking it. When you could take a natural herb and not have all these side effects. So understand, guys, when man take and try to duplicate what nature has done, they may be able to somewhat duplicate the effects of helping you with that particular problem, but it can't make those synthetics work in your body the same way natural products do. So in turn, you working on this problem while creating other small problems in your body, which then are going to require you to take more synthetics, which going to cause more problems. And before you know it, you got a dresser full of medicine. When it all stemmed from one thing, one product, one illness that you took a synthetic for that caused everything else to start happening.
Yeah. So you can also use castor oil packs, which is just using cotton cloth and dousing it with castor oil and putting that over your belly, your kidneys, anywhere you have an issue. You just wear that castor oil pack. When you put castor oil on a cloth, on a pack, you want to put a good amount. Don't be afraid of it, and let it sit for a few minutes to absorb in that pad and put it on. You can wrap it with an ace bandage. You can pull your pants up over it if you can, or somehow you want to get it so it'll stay in place wherever you need it. If you have bone spurs or something, wrap it around your ankle, wrap it around your knee. Castor oil is an amazing healing oil. Yes, we did create an oil that can help you be pain-free and help you faster. I think it's a faster remedy for pain, but never.
It is a lot faster.
Never doubt what castor oil can do for you. So rub that castor oil on you. It's great for your pets. You can use it on your pets also. And you know castor oil does have the tendency to detox. It can detox you. So meaning it can send you to the bathroom. It'll pull those toxins out of your body. So when you first start using it, give yourself time. Give yourself time to get through that message. So when y'all send us messages, you have to email us. Our messages get lost. So we are not too good at, I don't really check Messenger. So if you're sending it through Messenger, I'll never get it. But if you send it to homestead at blacktropical.com, I will get it that way. Not able to click the castor oil link. Okay.
Keep in mind, let me say this first. If you haven't, give us a reaction. Tap the screen on YouTube to give us a thumbs up. It really helps us out in the algorithm. Give us a like, and that will help us out. If you're not following the channel, hey, follow us. Become a member if you like, but follow the channel. It don't cost you a thing. It helps us out. You can get notified whenever we decide to go live, and we have these conversations. Now, castor oil is one of those amazing things that we have found out, and we realize everybody has not heard us talk about it. So therefore, some people may be hearing it for the very first time. But I say castor oil is an amazing testament to the fact that when you put something on your skin, it will absorb into your body. And you can get a good example by using the castor oil or even our pain away. Because if you got a pain somewhere and you rub yourself with these oils and that pain go away, you have no doubt that this stuff absorbs through your skin. And then you will realize your shampoos, your soaps, your lotions, all that stuff
Everything.
is absorbing into your skin.
So we do sell we do sell our paint away oil. We don't share the recipe, which is a lot of work, but that's our recipe. But we do sell it at blacktropical.com, and it does just what it say it do. Now, some people do drop it in their navel. My cousin, she had a toothache the other day. She put it on her tooth. And she was like, I said, it don't taste good, but it's all natural. I said, but it don't taste good. And she said, well, I'm going to put it on there. And she put it on her tooth. She said, oh, my tooth don't hurt. So
neuropathy, it's amazing for that. Like it works wonders. Arthritis, it works amazing for that. Like we'll drop that on somebody who got arthritis right there and watch them come back 15, 20 minutes later, be like, I need that. You know, so
castor oil packs, Michelle. Castor oil packs can help with an enlarged prostate also. So some of the benefits of using castor oil, which is a plant, we know, and the oil is extracted from the bean. We haven't extracted the oil from our beans, but we grow castor oil. It's a beautiful plant.
I'm gonna go through that process, guys. I bought the plant specifically to see if I can make some castor oil, and I got a whole bunch of beans. I haven't got through it yet. Ton of stuff going on, but I'm really interested in that process and seeing what I can do. I'm a little scared too because they could be poisonous, you know what I mean, if you don't do everything you're supposed to do. So
it is a process. But some of the things you can benefit from for using castor oil, it can boost your immune system. It can improve your sleep, fight fungal infections. So if you have toenail fungus or something, rub castor oil on it. Heal burns, cosmetic issues. So if you have skin issues or something, castor oil. We know somebody that healed herself from psoriasis with castor oil. She did infuse it with calendula flowers, but castor oil can induce labor. So if you are pregnant, definitely be careful. Hey, Jared, with castor oil can ease migraines, can grow your hair. I use it in my hair all the time. Bobby don't use it on his hair, but I guess he should.
My hair good.
Because that way here it'll grow all over the place and not just.
I do have some in my beard oil.
He do use it in his. I did put it in his beard oil. Can treat arthritis, reduce stretch marks, reduce wrinkles, treat corns and calluses, treat asthma, improve lymphatic circulation, heal wounds, can moisturize, treat acne, is good for irritated or dry eyes, can relieve eye pain or pressure. If you have cataracts, can dissolve those. Nail health, relieve dandruff, can help with carpal tunnel syndrome. It's a natural lubricant and is anti-cancerous. Can also shrink, dissolve fibroids, cancer, tumors, bone spurs, all this stuff. I don't know what Facebook doing, but definitely look into the benefits. Always, always, always do your own research.
What is something you didn't finish for?
It was
Oh, okay.
Do your own research when it comes to any herb, and no matter what anybody say. Don't let somebody just sell you something or tell you something. Do your own research and see.
Yeah, we definitely want you to understand, guys,
Yes.
our bodies are unique to us, and because it will work on most people the same way, that don't mean it's going to work on everybody the same way, because our bodies are all different.
Yep.
So therefore, when you hear somebody talking about anything that, you know, people are saying, oh, this stuff is great, this is work, and it may be, but it may not be for you. So that don't, you know, make sure, you know, when somebody is talking about something, you looking at it as, let me try, and not expecting everything to work like it works for everybody else.
And be patient. Again, Jamaican, so we don't use black castor oil. We just use a hexene-free cold press. The black Jamaican is cooked at a high temp, and that's where you get the color from. It's basically the same process, just cooked at a higher temperature. We know when you cook things at a higher temperature, sometimes you take the the nutritious value, the properties out of it. We just don't use Jamaican black. We use a regular cold press vaccine free
And I
castor oil.
think I think the Jamaican black is a more consumable, and it's consume and you can
Well,
take
you
that.
see it. I see it mainly at the hair store.
Okay, all right. So definitely, hexene free is not made for you for
Yeah.
consumption. Now I know some people take castor oil. I don't think this one is one that you actually want to eat. Now it might not harm you per se, but I probably wouldn't even test it. And we have learned the best way to get the benefits of natural herbs is through the skin.
Through the skin. Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you're
So
taking a tea or something, I would say you want to get it to absorb through your skin. That's the reason why we do our magnesium that way. And, our paint away oils, our yam creams,
yeah,
all absorb
oils.
through the skin,
Yep.
and they work amazing. Like
Yeah.
we are believers, and you will be too. If you tried our products, you already know. But if you haven't, they are all amazing. Think about when you actually get stuff from people. Are they being salesmen or are they being genuine?
Yeah.
We believe, y'all are our family, and we want y'all to be around with us for as long as we are around.
And feeling good.
Yeah, and we want to put the stuff out there that we know that's going to work for you and add value to your lives.
Yeah.
And you get to add that value to ours.
We use all of our products because we need them. The magnesium we need for sure. We all need magnesium. The hormones are off because of the world we live in, the things we eat, the things we consume mentally, visually. Our hormones are off, so we need a wild yam cream. All these things are natural, but we need them. We use them all the time. We use them every day. Angela, thank you for that video. I've been watching you since you did that unboxing with our products. We appreciate that.
Yes, appreciate it.
For numbness on the foot, which could be neuropathy, numbness is my neuropathy would be like my toes were numb, but my foot would burn most of the time, so I couldn't keep a shoe on. I use pain away oil, which you can do if you don't have our pain away oil. If you have our pain away oil, just rub that on the bottom of your foot. You may want to do that a couple times a day or a couple times a week at least. But if you don't have our pain away oil, you can take the same castor oil, put it on a napkin. You want to double or triple your napkin so it's nice and thick. Put castor oil on it and sprinkle cayenne powder on the castor oil. Let that soak in for a few minutes and stick it on the bottom of your foot. That'll help with the circulation. So that's what you have, a circulation issue. I don't know if you are diabetic or if you have an injury, but put that castor oil pack on the bottom of your foot with that cayenne pepper on it, and it'll start getting that circulation moving. That will help with your numbness and pain in your foot.
And let me add, guys, when we say stuff like get cayenne pepper,
we appreciate you.
Powder, we're not talking about something off a store or shelf in a bottle. We're talking about going to find some dry cayenne from an organic food store or growing your own and drying it yourself. We want you to have real stuff.
Yeah.
We want you to have the real effects to that stuff. We have noticed over us doing this stuff that whenever you get dried herbs in the grocery store, it don't tend to smell like the herbs do when you dry it yourself. So, which makes me think they do something to it, because whenever you in the aisle where there's onion powder, that aisle should smell like onion powder.
Yeah, you would think.
Even when you open it,
I know when we
you
make
still
ours,
don't smell the strong pungent smell of onions.
Ours smell like onions.
Yeah.
When we freeze dry it, and like the freeze dry, it smell like onions.
Yeah.
Even when you open that jar, it smell like onions.
And no matter how long it sits, it still smells like onion.
Yeah.
So I can't explain why your onion powder in your store don't smell like onion, or your garlic powder. It should smell so strong. To think about, guys, you that took all the water out of an onion or a garlic. that means it's concentrated. So if it's concentrated, that means that smell should be amplified.
Yeah.
And if you sprinkle some seasoning on your food and you don't smell all them seasonings, like it's not really what you think it is. It's something other than going in there. And they probably that took all the benefits of your herbs out in those bottles.
Right, Crystal?
So make sure you get real herbs.
And when it comes to cayenne, you don't want chili or habanero. You want cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper. The cayenne shouldn't burn your foot. We've never had any issues.
Nah, it don't burn.
We put cayenne in our paint away oil. We put cayenne oil. We extract our oils from the capsaicin from the cayenne, and we do add that in our paint away oil. But we also make a cayenne oil that we use directly on the body. You can mix a little bit of, if you just have the powder, mix a little bit with with the castor oil, and you can use that if you like. Just try a little bit at a time. But cayenne is most people think of it and they say, oh, that's too hot. That's why we started offering the capsules for high blood pressure, because a lot of people would say, I ain't taking that because that's hot. You already psych yourself up to where it's hot and it's going to mess my stomach up, or it's going to burn my mouth or something. So we decided, let's go ahead and offer the capsules that can help support your blood pressure and take some of the fear out of your mind that it's going to burn. Cayenne is a service herb. It does tingle, but it doesn't set you on fire. It doesn't burn like you think and most peppers would do. But it will tingle a little bit. When you first take it, you're going to be like, oh, that's all? Yeah, it just tingle a little bit at first.
If you want to grow anything, guys, I suggest, you get a pot and grow a cayenne plant. And grow enough cayenne that you can last all year. Somebody asked, do we sell our herbs? We don't. We sell them in our products.
Yeah, and tea blends, but we sold out.
Yeah, well, that's one of our products.
Yeah.
So we won't have that until the season has progressed and we're able to stock up on the blends. But the other stuff, we put in our products.
Yes.
And we freeze dried tons of it last year, last season, so we can have it to put in our products now. And now everything is coming back and doing this thing, and we're going to collect more. But we don't sell them because we need them.
Yeah. Our website is blacktropicalhomestead.com. YouTube asking for the website. Can you grow herbs inside? Yes, you can grow herbs inside. There are so many different things. You can use a hydroponic system. You can get pots. When it comes to herbs, some herbs you can, I can come out here and break off just a piece of mint or rosemary and stick it in a jar of water, and it will stay alive and continue to grow. So herbs are very, very easy to grow indoor. I'm trying to see. For neuropathy, if you have our pain away oil, rub that pain away on the bottom of your foot and your hip and your lower back, because the neuropathy is radiating from it's just.
Yeah, you got to find the source of the location.
Yeah.
So rubbing it everywhere. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, guys, with the pain away oil, if y'all got it, if you got any discomfort anywhere,
rub it
with the pain away oil.
Yeah.
And when I say rub it, put it on there and rub it into your skin. If you want the fastest results, just keep rubbing it. Don't leave your skin wet. Just rub it in. Keep rubbing it until it was pretty much dissipated, so you can get that result real fast. It's gonna soak through your skin and it's gonna get there. But if you want it now, keep on rubbing it in, and when you finish rubbing, you probably good at that
Good morning,
point.
Tiffany.
But it's all natural, guys, so we don't worry about how you use it because it's all natural. Don't put it in your eye.
No, don't put it in your eye. That's the only thing I say.
Yeah,
don't put it in your eye, because we do put cayenne in it.
Yeah.
And you don't want to put cayenne in your eye.
Yeah.
But anywhere else, you are good. My cousin put it in, she dropped some in her mouth the other day because she had a toothache, but it was all from her sinuses. So she rubbed it on her forehead, on her temple, and she was like, okay. let's get some stuff done. We do grind up our own. We grow our own cayenne. We freeze dry ours and grind them up to make powder. You can always use your dehydrator or air dry them, long as they're getting enough air, or you can put them in the oven on the lowest temperature.
And we use our freeze dryer because it preserves the most nutrients out of anything. So if we freeze dry our cayenne, what is it? 90%? 90? What is it?
Yeah, it's like 97%.
97% good. Like it don't take away any
nutrients.
The nutrients from the product that we freeze dry. Now, dehydrating is good, but it's not as good as that.
Yeah. So Cheryl said it took away my son's headache, rubbing it on his forehead, and somebody said pain away took away my hip pain. It only come back when my cycle start. So did you get our wild yam? Use that wild yam faithfully. Just take your week break when your cycle start, but that should help with the uncomfortable cycles too.
So I got a family member that told me that, my cycle is extremely painful. I'm uncomfortable, really bad, and
yes,
I'm really emotional and off when it's time for that to happen. So we gave them the yam cream, and I'm waiting for her to tell me exactly, and she used to this feeling because she said this is the way it's been since the cycle started. So, and I'm really sad about that because that person is pretty close to me, and I'm sad that they haven't, tried the wild yam prior.
Yeah,
because a lot of people have changed their lives with this stuff.
Yeah, most of the time we think these things are normal, like painful cycles, irregular cycles, or the mood swings. We do, it messes with your hormones. So we just automatically think this is normal. For a 9-year-old child to start her cycles, these things are not normal. So this is why the wild yam cream is so important, to be able to balance off our hormones so we don't suffer and other people don't suffer. Because let me tell y'all, I can remember growing up and my cycle would not even be on. It's getting ready to come on. I was fighting my brothers. Don't even look at me. I'm going to fight you just because, especially the day before, I would be so mean. I'm like, I'm just going to fight them. I ain't got nothing else to do. And it won't nothing but that irregular, that my hormones were off. But you can balance that out. Is it going to make you so that you're not emotional or not mad or not mean? Maybe not 100% for everybody, but it can definitely help you. Because I knew I was like, I'm gonna fight you because my period already come on, and I just feel like fighting today. But I probably could have,
Yeah, my family members say, I never cry except for when that time of month comes to and I don't have no reason to cry. I just be like crying.
Yeah, I just cry. Why not? So even for young girls, it's the same. Twice a day, women use it twice a day. And you want to rotate the neck, the breast, the belly, the inner thighs, the inner wrist twice a day. Once in the morning, pea-size them out. Once in the morning, once in the evening. It should be good.
And guys, these are the things that's these preservatives and all these chemicals. This is the stuff that it's doing to our bodies.
Yeah.
Now, grant you, cycle's been going on for all mankind, but the earliness of it, the extreme pains and issues of it is from the way nature, the way man has did our food. So we're not eating right, and we putting all this stuff on our bodies, our skin, and they create new chemicals every year, every month, every day. That they put into our foods and our products that's causing our bodies to go awry. And it's happening at such a slow pace, we thinking it's natural and it's supposed to be that way. Or, it's just genetic. No, guys, this stuff is happening because we're being slowly poisoned.
Yeah, it does help with menopause, hot flashes. So yeah, wild yam. We do ship to the Virgin Islands. I saw another question. Anyhow, I saw another question. I just can't figure out now where I saw that. But when the hormones are off, we have things like, is there a hormone replacement tea? So you can drink wild yam root. You can make a tea. It ain't good at all, but you'll get a better result just from the cream itself. So I use my air fryer as a dehydrator. Yeah. Use my pain away oil and use a little bit on my shoulder where the most pain is, and it worked in the area, but my whole shoulder blade is in pain. Feel like I need to just. So yeah, rub the whole shoulder blade and go down past the pain some, and it'll help you tremendously.
Just keep in mind, guys, when you having like a neuropathy or a shooting pain that's coming, from a nerve,
It's radiating.
Yeah, it's coming from a location that you probably not even feeling it. But you feel it. Say you feel it going down your arm or down your leg or something like that, but it may be in your back.
Yeah.
So you don't want to just hit that pain that you feel. You want to find the source. And I only know that because while at work I had an injury.
Yeah, he thought he said
my arm.
I hurt my shoulder. He said when I slammed somebody, I hurt my shoulder. I was like, that's old age. You can't be slamming people. But I said, well, let me see. So when I rubbed his back, he had a knot on his back and it was real tensed up. So once I got that knot out, the shoulder pain went away.
And
so it was.
I had no clue because I felt nothing in my back.
Yeah.
But I just could feel, it coming down my arm, and then my hand was like, starting to feel a little funny and numb. And she just kind of rubbed me, and then she got to the back, that one spot in my back, and I was like, ooh. I said, that must be it right there. And once she was able to get that going, it seemed like blood started flowing good, and I started getting that pain out of my arm. So when you're if you got neuropathy, you may have an issue along your spine somewhere that's going to radiate down the rest of your body, have your legs feeling numb or funny, or having some kind of pain somewhere. Find the source, rub the pain away on the source. That'll take the inflammation down, and the inflammation will then stop the pain from happening.
Hey,
and just keep using it. And over time, you won't need it for that particular issue. But I will say, everybody should have a bottle sitting aside, so you don't have to run and take medication.
Because that's the first thing you're going to do. When you hurting, you're going to be like, oh, let me take some Tylenol or something. Just rub that pain away all.
And it's enough that it's going to last you a long time, except for when you decide to go and share it with everybody. And you're going to, because you're going to be amazed.
Don't say that too loud. Because somebody that rubbed the whole church down just popped in. Yeah, you got to share it. Because it's like, man, somebody such and such always complain about their knee. So let me let them rub some. It's on from there.
I was surprised yesterday. We was coming out of a big box store, and this lady, she dropped something, and she bent down, and she was like, "Oh my God!" Knee. She talking about, you wouldn't believe how hard that was, and that guy on knee. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, you ain't gonna off the fadeaway on, because she was
everything. I had a bottle in my pocketbook, and I said, I try not to be weird and be like, oh, let me rub something on your knee, because people would be like, that lady crazy. Look, let me help you. I did that to the waitress one day. She was hobbling around, and I said, she went to walk past. I said, excuse me, did you hurt your ankle? She said, yeah. And I'm like, I know this is weird, but let me help you, because you look like you in pain. She was like, I twisted my ankle the other day. I just took some Tylenol. I'm like, oh, Lord. I said, well, rub this pain away on your ankle and just bring us the bottle back. And she said, okay. She went and rubbed it. And one time she walked past us so fast, we were like, man, she walking fast now. She said, I rubbed that oil on my ankle. I was like, good. But yeah, that's what we do. Couple questions. Castor oil for dry skin. Absolutely. If you have our magnesium body butter, use that. You're going to love it. For indigestion, cayenne pepper. Look at the benefits of cayenne pepper for indigestion. If you don't want to do cayenne, look at the benefits of bentonite or Redmond clay. That's also great for indigestion.
So Anita want to know, is it okay to put pain away on your ear for dizziness.
Absolutely. We had a friend, she had a vertigo spell, and we were actually in Alabama, and she said her shoulder was hurting, but she had a vertigo spell. So we had her sitting there. Bobby ran, got the pain away. I rubbed her shoulder down, but what I did was I said, I'm gonna go up the back of your neck and your ear, around your ears, to see if we can help with that pain and vertigo. And that's what we did. We rubbed it up her neck, and she said when she went to the room, she said, I have never felt better doing a vertigo spell. I didn't get sick. I didn't have to go to the hospital. I'm good to go. She said that whatever you rubbed on me helped tremendously. So it can absolutely help you with that. Our products are available at blacktropical.com. The castor oil is available at Amazon. The cayenne pepper, how to process your cayenne pepper. What we do is we just harvest our cayenne. We use the freeze dryer. Again, you can use the oven, your air fryer, dehydrator. You want to dry them out, get all the moisture out of them. Put them in a coffee grinder and grind it up, and there you have your cayenne pepper. Is very simple.
And I'm gonna tell you, the oven, I don't care for that much because it seems like it, I don't know, cook the you put it on your lower setting, but it still seems like it cooks it.
Yeah, it do. So the dehydrator is because you're using heat, it do cook some of the nutrients out of it. So we only air dry ours. We got a what do you call that thing?
It's like a towel that got different shelves on it that you can put herbs on.
It got mesh, so it get air and it just dry our herbs out. And it do over time. And that may take a few weeks, but we use the freeze dryer, which doesn't cook any of the nutrients out of our things.
Yeah, sometimes you have so much that you got to get done. We put as much as we can in the freeze dryer, and we put the rest of it in the herb drying tower. And once we finish with that, we'll grab some of that out and we'll finish it off in the freeze dryer. Yeah. But if we harvest a whole lot, we need to go ahead and get it going. Yeah. We got to put it in that a place where air can constantly flow through it, so it don't die or get moldy. Yeah. So
Yeah, you can drop a little paint away in your ears and rub it around your ear, because that's where that off balance, that vertigo is coming from.
So Tanya asked if there hormone replacement tea internally.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, that the wild yam, but I would use the cream. You can drink.
She said drink.
You can drink wild yam root, but I wouldn't. It's disgusting. For GERD, I would definitely look at the benefits of cayenne and or bentonite or Redmond clay. Going to the commode regularly, drop castor oil in your navel. Drop a good amount in your navel. Rub magnesium on you. So the thing is, a lot of people say, can I do too much? You'll never do too much. Actually, the other day, Bobby was like, rub me down in magnesium. I was like, where you going? Suntanning or something? Because I had so much magnesium on him. And then I called him because we had a meeting, and I was calling to see, are you headed home? He said, yeah, I'm coming home right now because I got to go to the bathroom. And I said, that magnesium probably made you go to the bathroom. And he was like, well, no, I ate a bunch of nuts. The magnesium.
But nuts also have magnesium.
Magnesium.
That's how you uptake your magnesium. But
so the magnesium could have sent you to the bathroom. So long as you have the proper amount of magnesium, you can rub enough on you, but you can definitely drop castor oil in your navel. Because my cousin had surgery and she was constipated from the pain meds that she took just like 2-3 days. She said, I can't go to the bathroom. What can I do? I said, drop castor oil in your navel. She said the next day, there she blows. All natural.
So guys, if you're not familiar with the magnesium, of course, we make a magnesium body butter, and you just rub it on yourself, and your body will uptake that magnesium, which is the most effective way to get your magnesium. But because I work out and muscles are primarily water, what I want to do when I go to the gym is I want to rub the muscles that I'm planning on working that day, and I will drink enough water so when I go and I work out, my muscles are able to take up the water
Yeah,
easily.
and you put salt. Well, we drink red and we
That
drink
is
a lot of
another one.
Relight, but you also want to put salt in a little bit of salt in your water because that help the water absorb into the cells properly instead of just pooling somewhere or you run into the bathroom.
And I know we say that, guys, and I know it's some people that never heard us say this, but we constantly say it. Most of us are dehydrated. So therefore our body is not functioning correctly based off the fact that we are not getting the water into our internal organs or into our minds or just in our bodies, period. It's pooling or we go into a bathroom a lot and getting it out. If our body is not hydrated, it is not working correctly.
Yeah.
So that's one reason
Hey,
for
Miss
the
Shirley.
magnesium body butter. Because magnesium is one of the most important minerals in our body, and all of us are deficient in that mineral. So we have to be on purpose when we put it back in our body.
So to help with heat and pain, that's neuropathy. Pain away definitely help. I wore flip flops all the time because my foot would feel like it was on fire. I rub pain away on my foot. Now I do it maybe 3 times a month just to keep the neuropathy issues away, the pain away, no sciatic issues anymore. I'm good to go. So pain away oil can definitely help you with that neuropathy issue. My husband is fasting and using red mint salt in his water. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll make sure his body stay hydrated because you got to keep your organs hydrated. You got to keep your mind hydrated. You got to have healthy fats in your mind. So all the stuff where people diet and they're trying to cut all the fats out of their body.
Your brain needs
fats. You need what they call cholesterol. You got to have healthy fats though. You can't just sit there and go and get these bad oils that's man-made. You got to get some natural
healthy
oils. Yeah. And butters or fats that's natural.
The brain need that.
Need it.
People will say, "Oh, my cholesterol, it ain't because of that." As long as you're using a healthy fat, it's not that. It's probably the wheat. 9% out of 10 is the wheat. But we need cholesterol. The brain needs cholesterol so it can stay healthy. When you let that get out of whack and get too low, that's when cancer starts setting in. Alzheimer's and dementia starts setting in. So you have to keep the brain healthy with healthy fats.
Again, guys, if you're just coming in, make sure y'all give us a reaction. Tap the screen on YouTube side and give us a thumbs up. Help with the algorithm and show that we're showing some kind of value, and it will allow more people to see what it is we got going on. Do the same thing over on Facebook side. We are Bobby and Sherry on Facebook. We are Black's Tropical Homestead
everywhere
on all other platforms. We were Black Tropical Homestead on Facebook until we lost that page. We still don't know what's going to happen with that. But, we realize that there are always new people that's coming in. And we talk around some of the stuff that we talk about because we say it pretty often because we want the new people to be on board. We want them to know where we're coming from. And sometimes saying what we're saying, you don't have no context to where it came from. Yeah. So we just keep on, talking about it. And what I love is when I go into the comments sometimes is that people who have been rocking with us for a while, they will answer the questions to some of the new people, which we are perfectly fine with. And if you're not familiar with the channel, like we are family. We have no problem with you talking to other people in our chats because there are a bunch of knowledge in our chats. There's people that know and people give, they experiences. So, get to know each other, talk to each other, build those relationships. Yeah, because that's what we're about. We're about, trying to community. We're about being better for each other.
You found us on TikTok.
And finding our community.
I don't know what I'm doing on TikTok. We tried to go live. We said we were gonna go live. What was it for? A week on TikTok one time?
TikTok don't like us.
And then Bobby got us in trouble.
Yeah, they don't like us talking about this kind of stuff. They'll block us out.
I dropped the video the other day and they kicked me out. They were like, "Oh no, you ain't. You got to get from over here." Well, I was like, "Oh well." So we got a strike on. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, if you're not talking crazy, twerking, tremendously unhealthy
Yeah.
or you got some kind of issues. TikTok don't really like you.
I'm 68. Can I use wild yam? Absolutely. You do not have to be. My mom is 75. She used wild yam. She was so funny. She called me one day. She said, "I need some yam, some of that yam," and I was like, "Okay, mom." She about to be 76. But yes, we all need. So the thing, and a lot of people
Don't be
say,
telling my age.
mom is proud of her age. That little lady. Some people say, "I don't have hormones, so I don't need that." We all have hormones. And we all need that. Comfrey salve. Somebody did ask me about bone knit. Comfrey salve. We do have comfrey salve. I don't think we sold out yet, but we do have a comfrey salve that is available, and it is great for injuries. Like Bobby had. Did you pull a muscle one day or something at the gym or wherever he was? And we wrapped a comfrey leaf around that had been soaking in some of his moonshine. We wrapped it around his calf, and the next day he was good to go. But we do make a comfrey salve, which is good for strains, sprains, broken bones. It is called knit bone for a reason, but also bug bites and different things. You can just rub that comfrey salve on, and you'll be good to go.
And a little garden said she took some of that red mint salt home to her husband, and tell me he is hooked.
Oh yeah.
Did you get him to try the relight? The relight
is great.
It's amazing.
And the chocolate is like, I drank some raw milk the other day.
I'm gonna drop that. Y'all need to go and check out Redmond's Real Salt. They have a all natural hydration drink. And they got a whole lot of flavors. Ooh. They are amazing. It is becoming summer. You need to replace all the minerals that you sweat out, and this is the way to do it. And we absolutely love and trust this company. You can get a 15% discount if you use our code, but even if you don't, you need to get this stuff because it is amazing.
For open wound, I would use bentonite clay. For open wound, I would use bentonite clay, and within a few days, that open wound should heal for you to be able to use comfrey salve. But I would use bentonite clay because that will help heal that wound faster. So what moringa? We do take moringa, or we have a moringa, which is a multivitamin. That is the best multivitamin in the world, if you ask me.
It is. I actually read it is the most powerful plant.
Yeah.
That's on earth right now. It does it's the most nutrient rich plant that grows, and there's a reason why you don't know that.
Yeah. I mean, it do too much. It heal too much. So I do see a couple people asking about cancer. If we were battling something like that or dealing with things like that, you have to go as natural as you can. I know that is hard in this world, but thank you for your open wound. Community can't handle. Yeah. Bentonite clay definitely will close that wound up for you. And all you have to do is make paste. It come in powder form. You want to make some paste and put it wherever the wound is, nice and thick. If you need to put a piece of saran wrap or something over it so it don't get on your clothes or in the bed, do that. It will dry out. All you have to do every 12 hours or so, wash it off, reapply it, be good to go. Mangosteen is delicious. I like eating them. But moringa can help with high blood pressure because, again, it's a multivitamin and it's giving your body, if you give the body the right condition, it will do what it's supposed to do, and it will balance itself off. We also have a blood pressure support, which is only cayenne and beets, and that will help with blood pressure also. That cayenne is what got me off all 3 of my blood pressure meds. Now, when we talk about herbs, we always have to keep in mind that we have to feed ourselves better. We have to eat a better quality of food and better things, and not the way that we have been accustomed to doing for years and years. So always look at your diet first, because if we're using things like slap your mama, I always think about that seasoning. Larry's, Morton's, all these different seasonings, the packs of taco seasoning. I'm going to say that because I make taco soup all the time. These things are adding to our high blood pressure and other issues because of the chemicals that they put in these packs. So we definitely have to be careful in what we eat.
And guys, we're not saying this, just to say it. We have taken classes on that, and
we appreciate you, Linda.
If you knew what we know, guys, you will do the same thing we did, which will go in your kitchen and throw all that seasoning away. I don't care what you think it tastes like. If you care about yourself and your family, they're absolutely poisoning you with the stuff that's in those seasonings.
Yeah.
So I would get rid of that stuff, and we giving you, granted, we are affiliates with our Real Salt. No question asked. We actually are affiliates, and we love that company.
Yeah.
We visit them, and we found out everything you need to know. And I'm telling you that the ethics in that company is top notch. You can find all the seasons without all the crap in it.
They got
from remedies. They got everything.
Yeah, they got a lot of stuff, and it's real good. But you can grow a lot too. Parsley, basil. You grow all that stuff, dry it out, crush it up. Those are your seasonings.
I'm gonna give you some advice. Like I said, it's a 15% off if you go through our link. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and get the big bag of salt. Don't sit there and play with that little bottle, because you're gonna want some more right after, and then it's gonna be the only salt that you're gonna want to use.
Yeah, a little bit go a long way.
And go and get the seasoned salt too, because you're gonna want that too.
You dropped Redmond. I think Nightbot just dropped Redmond.
I did too. So I can't put it on Facebook. I ain't put it on Facebook.
Yeah, the company where you purchase drink for hydration. So that's Redmond too.
That's Redmond Real Salt.
Yep. And
and they use their stuff. When I tell you guys, when we went, they got stores in Utah, and there's nothing. They won't sell unnatural bad stuff in their stores, like grocery stores. Their whole store is full with locally grown, local small companies that make all these products.
Yeah.
And they make sure that they don't have a bunch of junk and nothing that they sell in their stores.
Yeah. I think we're gonna do a Redmond giveaway soon. Y'all need to try that hydration drink, but the chocolate blew my mind, because I was thinking chocolate
is crazy.
Chocolate is weird. Chocolate is good, but why would I want to drink that in some water? But when we went and saw Ann, and she said, "Oh, have y'all had chocolate goat milk?" I ain't never had goat milk. So we went out to the barn and got some goat milk. Oh my goodness, it's so good. We came home with almost a gallon of goat milk, 2 gallons of raw milk. Oh Lord, I was like, okay. But the other day I drank some raw chocolate milk. I think we should give away a bag of chocolate hydration drink. So y'all stay tuned for that. Hey, Andale. But moringa, we take moringa every day. Mm-hmm. 2 capsules. You can take one. So the thing is, everybody's body is different. So if you feel great taking 1 moringa capsule a day, perfectly fine. Same thing with your cayenne, or the blood pressure support capsules. Yeah, I take 1 a day. You may need 2 a day. You may need 3 a day. But you can safely take up to 3 a day. They won't do anything to harm you. It'll just help you. And again, it's a service herb that come in and say, where do you need me? So you can I would take at least 2 moringa a day. And you can take up to 3 blood pressure a day.
I see Celeste in here. What's up, Celeste?
Yeah. So moringa is very easy to grow as long as you're in the South. What I do is I go out there and pick the leaves. I'm trying to let it get big enough to where it don't be like, oh Lord. But I do pick the leaves off there. So you have a item and you can't figure out how to delete it. Send us an email at homestead@blacktropicalhomestead.com. But it should be a X there for you to delete or remove from cart.
Peach, I love the way you share how you make homemade Snickers, candy bars. I love the channel. You are extremely talented, very informative channel.
Yeah, so some people will fuss about the fact that we make all these different things, such as Snickers, whatever, Butterfinger, whatever kind of candy bar we want. I'd rather make it myself and know what we putting in it versus buy it from the store and not know what all is in it. Because you can only imagine. But if I make it at home, I know these few simple ingredients that I'm putting in it. And plus everything in moderation. Like somebody asked me, why are you putting sugar in the soda? I said, it's sugar. It's soda. I mean, I ain't never seen a soda that don't have sugar in it. Even though it'll say 0 sugar or sugar free, it's still sweet.
Yeah.
What's in it? So first you got to understand the fermentation process, or you just got to trust the process. If we gonna eat something, I'd rather enjoy it from making it at home. I will make Snickers for us. I will make Reese cups for us. Trust me, my husband ain't eating no 9-inch Reese cup.
No. Yeah,
that thing lasts us a long time. But what I can do, we have fun with videos, but we also cut it up and put it in the freezer. So he got that whenever he wanted.
And one thing, like we said, when you making stuff naturally from home, you will then start to look at the stuff in the store crazy. When you make your homemade candy bar,
yeah,
try to wrap it up in a thin piece of plastic and sit it on the shelf and see what happens.
For how long?
It won't happen.
Oh,
and then you will realize it's been dumped.
Yeah,
like a bunch of junk had to be dumped into those candy bars in the store for them to actually be on that shelf that way, because yours will not survive outside the refrigerator.
Oh, she said her peppers made it to the. Hey, Daddy.
What's that?
Her peppers made it to the repotting. Oh, yeah, girl, you got it. You got it. So monk fruit, I would throw it in the trash. Honestly. So when it comes to sweeteners and seasonings, don't use any type of alternative. Like, don't use stuff that say salt alternative or anything. I would just say Redmond. But when it comes to sweeteners, I wouldn't use stevia. What is it? Monk fruit.
All that fruit, stuff. None of that.
Coconut. Stuff. Oh, it ain't fruit. It's called sugar. Yeah. Date sugar. I would just use raw sugar. You can use raw cane sugar, and that is better than using all these alternatives because it's too much. They doing too much with that.
Yeah, ain't no but a bunch of chemicals, guys. It's just them experimenting. And this is what gets everybody good, because nobody is making stuff naturally in masses that they know you have no clue what the stuff's supposed to look like. Yeah. So stevia, it's green. When we freeze dry, it is green.
It's always green.
There's no way to turn it white unless you putting a bunch of chemicals on it.
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
No, it's not going to change colors when you freeze dry.
Good. Make sure it's raw honey.
They don't sell white stevia plants.
Yeah.
It is green.
So for high blood pressure and body pain, I would use cayenne pepper. Cayenne will take away your inflammation or body pain. The cayenne can also help aid in lowering your blood pressure. So if you don't want to take it straight and you want capsules, we do offer a blood pressure support, which is just cayenne and beets in a capsule. We also offer a pain away oil. Magnesium will help with your pain level. So it's so many things, but cayenne, magnesium for pain. You can drink things like hibiscus, but it's definitely what we consume and the things that we do to help aid in that. How long on the honey, Daddy?
I don't know. I'm gonna go in the house today. They've been pumping.
They've been busy.
And it's been, I don't know,
good,
a week or so since I've been in there, which that's not good at this time of year. So they can outgrow that.
For high cholesterol, I would recommend cutting the wheat. It's the wheat. I know a lot of people say, no, it's the oil, or if you're not using a healthy oil or real oil, like canola oils and stuff like that. I can't even think of a lot of them. Peanut oil ain't so good, but olive oil, coconut oil, almond oil, avocado oils. So you want to use a healthy fat. You want healthy fats. The cholesterol is probably coming from the wheat. So it's not the butter on the bread, it's the bread under the butter.
And I saw somebody say, it's a shame I can't get this stuff in the Virgin. Try Redmond's for the Virgin Island. I don't know for sure that they can't send it to you, but
Yeah, they can.
They can.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, hit that link and go there and purchase it from Redmond's.
Sorrel is great. Actually, Sorrel is one of our most popular sodas, but it is great for high blood pressure. We actually grow a lot of sorrel every year, but it is amazing. I just sent my brother some seeds so he can grow his own in Virginia. He want to farm sorrel. And Dale said, thank you for the reminder. I need to take my cayenne this morning. And loving the moringa capsules. You did order moringa. I forgot you ordered moringa. Good. Yes, definitely get that. Where do you get the cayenne capsules? Blacktropicalhomestead.com.
I'll drop a link.
Bee pollen. So we do use. I have propolis. I have a propolis tincture that we use just to stay well. But that's bee pollen basically. Turn around for orders. Just place the order. So if you place orders today, they will go out tomorrow. I usually try to get orders out within 72 hours. When you place an order within 72 hours, I try to get your order out. But like through the weekend, I will process orders today. They will go out tomorrow. We don't sell seeds, but if we have seeds to share, we just share them. Some people will say, hey, if you have moringa seeds, can you share some? And we'll send them to you. Shout out to Virginia. I love Virginia. My mama is there. So, all right, I need to go to work. Is that the mama bird? She said, child, mind your business. One of them jumped out the thing at me the other day and scared me to death. I was like, oh, my goodness. I didn't know you were going to fly out. But I guess they all gone, so. Kidney stones, y'all look at the benefits of castor oil.
I clean my door now.
Castor oil, yeah, because them kids pooped all over the door. I was like, Lord, they pooping all over the door. But we got work to do.
Yes.
So we appreciate y'all. We will see y'all this week. Just place an order. Yes, orders will go out. Yeah. Can I get moringa seeds? Yeah, did you place an order, Judy? Oh, okay. Okay, let me make a mental note.
You won't forget. Double tap that screen, guys. Give us a reaction. If you're not following the channel, if you're not subscribed, y'all go ahead and like and follow and subscribe and follow us. So
there you go.
Depending on where you're at, that's what you need to do. We appreciate you. We want to make sure that everybody gets this message. So share.
Yes,
the channel
share
so
this out.
People can actually understand how they can do better for themselves.
Okay. So send me, if you place the order, Judy, send me an email at homestead@blacktropicalhomestead.com so that I can put you some moringa seeds in. My brain telling me don't forget, but by the time I print off, I'm going to forget. So send me an email at homestead@blacktropicalhomestead.com. I can share what we have. Soursop. Soursop is our cancer fighter. They don't like us to say things like that. But, you know, God love when we say things like that. And that's all that matters. We don't care what man say. We care about what God say and how he feel. So, like to order some deodorant. We don't sell deodorant. It would melt. Oh, by the way, we don't use any type of emulsifying wax in our products. And they may melt. But we also don't use water in our products. So it's all oil. If your product melt in the shipping process, all you have to do is stick it in the refrigerator for 2 or 3 minutes or let it sit on the counter and it will solid back up. So no worries to that. But we don't sell a lot of things we don't sell.
Thank you for the stars.
But we do. Thank you, Ann.
And somebody
else.
That's about 3 of them, isn't it?
But we do like to show you. Thank you, Cena. We do like to show you how you can make it. We do have classes available at blacktropicalhomestead.com. We will have a class soon in person in the city of Savannah. Yeah, we got to start saying that because I see the man say that. Share the live, like the live. Share the live, like the live. make sure you like the page. I'm like, I'll never do that. Share the live. It's important to share the live.
And we noticed that a lot of people that's not following the channel is watching some of the content. So we want to make sure you can know whenever we go live to go ahead,
Tony.
just follow the channel or subscribe to the channel so you will know when we go live.
The link for the salt, yes. And hopefully, I want to go back to Redmond, which is in Utah. That was an experience, y'all.
Postal Service is experiencing delays.
we were blessed to go to Utah, to Redmond, and tour the facilities and hang out with them and go to the CEO house and eat dinner with. We ate breakfast and dinner with them. Spend the day there with the Redmonds team. It was an amazing trip. We swam in a 65-foot deep cave and ate elk meat and licked the salt wall. But it was amazing, an amazing trip. And I pray that we can get back out there and visit with them again, because it's just, ooh.
And I'm going to tell you guys, one of the more amazing things about
parsley, good for the kidneys, parsley and celery.
About the Redmonds trip, the Utah trip, like, wow, we are very special people to us. Like, we were nobody in comparison to the people that were there. When it comes to this content creating thing or being visible. And because, Redmonds liked us, or, we talked about them a lot because we love their product, but because they liked who we were and how we were, they invited us down there. And I'm telling you guys, the big names that were there was crazy.
Yeah.
And they were all amazing people. You meet good people and they like-minded and they're successful at what you're doing because they're doing it. It's a amazing experience, and we are so appreciative of that for Redmonds and for those who was on that trip.
Yeah,
because they share some really valuable knowledge to us.
They have been teaching us a lot and still teaching us a lot. So too much soursop bad for you. Everything in moderation. I wouldn't say too much is bad for you, because how much do you plan to consume?
And everybody's different.
Everybody's body is different. But 2 to 3 cups a day of if you drink 2 to 3 cups of soursop tea a day, you're gonna heal a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, the silly sayings, guys, that I don't like is everybody don't do that. Everybody don't do nothing.
Yeah.
Everybody don't react the same way to nothing.
Yeah.
So y'all have to keep that out of your mind. What you're looking at is the majority of people and the results that the majority of people are getting from whatever it is you're talking about. And so you can't say, my grandma smoked cigarettes and she lived to 100. Yeah, that's one person out of how many?
Yeah.
Stop using that as a guide to what is good and what's not good.
So you can open the capsules. Inside our capsules, either you have 100% moringa, no fillers, or you have 100% or 50% beets and cayenne. But you can open it. You can open it and pour the contents out. It's all powder.
I challenge you guys. Go do that to one of the store brands.
Yeah.
When you open our cayenne, you're going to know it's cayenne because it's going to smell like it is going to react like.
And you may get the sneezing.
Yeah, lick it. And you going to tell, hey, that's cayenne. But do that to a store brand, you probably not going to be able to tell anything.
Yeah. We do sell...
Y'all need to see these crazy dogs.
We do sell soursop, but that one broke, that limb.
Which one?
That one you had your hand next to right there. You could tell, look at the leaves. We do sell soursop leaves, but we are sold out right now. We only sell the soursop we grow. We tried to source it from the south.
Correction, we sell it in our teas. We don't sell it.
Yeah, we sell it in a tea blend.
Yeah, we don't. We ain't got that much of that.
We tried we tried to source some soursop leaves from the south, but people don't. We don't want to sell you something that people spraying,
Yeah.
and people may say, "I don't spray my trees," and then they do.
Yeah.
That's bad business,
So
and that's not good for our health. So we just sell what we can grow
because they know our beliefs. The person that we talk to, they say, "I can't guarantee you that they're not." So if they can't guarantee it, we're not gonna sell it.
Yeah, he said he can get them, but
people are sick and they're trying to help themselves. And I'm not gonna introduce some more chemicals to their body that can further their problems.
Yeah, because you ain't washing the chemicals out. But it's just like this. That leaf is like your skin.
Mm-hmm.
Once you put it on that leaf, it suck it in. Now you can take that and wash it off, but the chemicals are still in there. So once you put it in water and boil it, guess what?
Real style.
You're boiling all them chemicals out. You're going to drink that tea and you're going to give it to your family. Hey, Reba. So, all right, y'all. I got an ostrich egg to go boil. I'm making magic today.
Using the wild yam.
Good. So, if you place the order today, I will get your orders out. I will make sure I look at my emails and get with my assistant to make sure I don't miss anything while I'm on the road. But
again, guys, give us a reaction.
Like the channel. Share the page.
Subscribe.
Bobby, like, wait a minute. You confusing me.
Till next time, guys.
Don't let nobody steal your joy. You hear your child at the door? Breathing.
See, I know what that means.
Oh, my goodness. She can squeeze her nose through there, boy.